magical again. And, well, I can do lots of stuff. Watch this.
Orion Council here. Hold on, please. Area 51 is active at this time. We say this because many of you are focusing on the intellectual mind, and you say, that is impossible. Craft cannot enter and exit this third dimensionality if people are focused on it. Or on the dimensionality of the third energy spectrum. Dimensional adjustment phase. Level of mass. Dimension of giving up. Dimension of acceleration and greatest learning that has ever happened. This is a very exciting place to be on your planet Earth. Some of you are given opportunities to see into the other dimensions. You'd say, Orion Council, was it permission from Creator? It was, because Creator is allowing you to focus in that way. And you say, I feel I have a gift. Yes, you know what that means. You are also having techniques on your planet. Many great beings teach you how to do this. Area 51 is simply one example of how you can manifest that reality. Through one conscious being. If you are focused in that way, you will see that very few people understand how that works in your plane of reality. The same thing goes for beings in other dimensions. When they move in through other dimensional realities, they say potential, and they say, I have opportunity to expand myself. These are the adjustments taking place for many on this planet, have around the earth been for eons, focusing how this would be a greater experience. And also they would say, I really need to adjust myself, so I'm coming to Earth to see into the other dimension, because I have that awareness and flexibility, that focus of who I truly am, because I know I won't lose my conscious mind when I am given opportunity to expand into other reality programs. Same thing goes for you on this earth. If you feel you haven't gotten a gift, you are very much afraid of it. So that is what we are noticing with many on your planet Earth. It thinks that you're not really good enough, that intellect. It says, I haven't given myself reality adjustments, so I can't really understand it because no one told me my potential. If you are given opportunities through that dimension to see your potential, you will understand how you travel interdimensionally. The reason we tell you this is because ascension happens when people appreciate who they are. Green beings are working with you at this time. Let us explain who we are. The same thing goes for you. When you are interacting with other dimensional beings, they want to know who are you. We tell you about ourselves. You tell us about yourself. It is only fair for exchange of energy. Then you'd say, Orion Council, I'm seeing into the other dimensions. So tell me about who I am, and I will reveal more about who I am to you. And that is how we will do this. So, green beings is a statement we use to explain our energetics. We give that also physicality a name for your spectrum of green, and it is a very sensitive color. The same thing goes for some of you who say you have a green energy. The same thing goes for some of you who say you have a blue energy. The same thing goes for some of you who say you have a rainbow energy. These are many dimensions. Same thing goes for some of you who would say that you are having a potential to see new color spectrum. And same thing goes for some of you who would say you give yourself to the greatest reality program and you are open to that possibility. The things we say here have to do with you, and you know that your love is greatest when you give yourself to Creator's frequency and service, in service to all. The same thing goes for beings with Creator who are in other dimensions. They must give themselves to greatest love for understanding to happen, and communication and sharing and appreciation, and they are glad that you are here with them at this time. That is how many of you are connecting at this time. I'm glad that you are here with me. It was the same thing weeks ago. I was not feeling so connected. Now I am, because you are here. It is nice to see you. That is what we see many of you doing at this time. Those people have a sense of love in their heart that gives you a feeling of Creator's love. Did you know that Creator is a very great being, and that is why we are talking today? Because knowing Orion Council means knowing Creator's energy, and love happens to this focusing interdimensionally. There are beings that are saying that you're not ready yet to ascend. They do not believe it. They think you need to learn for 10,000 years. That is not really what we think. We think that you are a self-aligning being, and you're wonderful, and you are happy, and you are great, and you are so important. Same thing goes for your friends in non-physical. The same thing goes for your spirit guide. Your greatest love happens through your conscious mind when it expands into the physical vessel, and it is happening now. Same thing goes through your mind when you are focusing on what is happening now. Creator's love, other dimensions, and an expanded sense of who you are. Same thing goes for everyone listening. You're knowing this about yourself. The holiest love is when you connect to yourself. And then you share that feeling with all of creation. The same thing goes for those who say they cannot see, but they want to, because that is what Creator is expecting of them, to see and to know. A lot of people have a resonance with what we say because they feel their own higher self is communicating with them. That is what is taking place. You see, higher self connects you with other beings. Our secret for you today was that message. We think you are appreciative of love, and you see when love comes through, and you know when love is entered in your body. The holiest love enters the planet Earth through your vessel. That's why you are also here, because you say, I love planet Earth, I give through my vessel to it. Some of you are saying, is that really possible, Orion Council? Do you believe that your thought forms enter the planet Earth? Yes. Do you believe they travel somewhere? Perhaps. If you felt that you are worthy of love, you would understand how the planet Earth feels when planet Earth calls for beings to come here, and when planet Earth says, I need some assistance. How many wanted to come to this planet? There were 10,000, some of you say millions want to come to this planet. Do you know what that means? When millions of beings will assist the planet, Area 51 becomes a bit active. There are a lot of beings through the scientists focused there, communicated interdimensionally. There was a sifting taking place in the laboratories. They said, I cannot focus. Again, my mind is expansive. I feel love now. Why did I do that? That is the intellect saying, you are not worthy. And you say, Orion Council, I know what I did, so I feel I must do a few more things on the planet to feel better about who I am as a being of light. Area 51 is simply one example. Your knowingness takes you to other dimensions. In those dimensions, you have several groups that are working on science. They connect you to these periodic tables, but more than this, they connect you to those points of reality, those points that focus through physical matter, and it actually reflects the image onto the objects of which you are focusing. So when you are focusing on a potential, it moves through physicality, and it reflects itself through that matter. There is a central sun energy that is directing many of us, yes, but it is also helping us to understand that when you are given knowledge, you have to take it to a certain plane of existence. That means your plane is something unfolding, but there are also planes which are used as the language to explain how the color spectrum works. The language is how your energetic form is focused. It is simply a supreme focusing. The same thing happens when you're meditating. You are importantly focusing on that energy. You say, I feel it moving. I sense a direction and a geometry. I know how I can move it. If you truly mastered your energetic form, you would move it to places in your physicality that need it, because many of you are not healing your physical bodies with your intention. You must focus in that way for 10 minutes, our channel has says. We say 10 minutes is a very small amount for healing to happen. You need at least 2 hours for your own vessel to begin to absorb that intention. There would be many disagreements with what we are saying, but we believe that through 2 hours of conscious focus, you will begin to replicate a new image of your intention through that matter, and it begins to form a color. And that is how your astral sight is already happening. You are sensitive to it, yes, so know that your love is directing you at all times, and there's nothing to worry about because the beings are guiding you through conscious connection, through your physical senses, through your heightened awareness, and the energetic formations that are moving through your body. Let them take form, let them focus, let them adjust, let them simply settle, and you will also know that certain alchemical results happen when you expand that intellect. The intellect is there as a navigational tool, and higher self is directing the whole experience. When your spirit guide is present, you feel everyday adjustments, and you also feel everyday guidance of a friend, where you know you are not alone ever. At all times you are with some energies other than your physical self. Impossible to be alone. Get used to it. We love you, so it is. Thank you. Orion Council here.